Makes a lot more sense. Ooh, why is that showing up? Hi. It's Trum for a grungeon. One grunut. Let's do a grungeon. We're pilot. Huh. I guess I was hosting Foxes? Wow, the first enemy is that one gun that we need. I don't know what's going on. Oh, because I actually left the Streamlabs OBS open, which I usually close it after each use. So that's why it has all this old information from shit I wasn't even a part of. Ooh, you can't fool me, bucko. So I'm realizing that a lot of the, like, I mean, I've realized it before, but you kind of see it more as time goes on. The greatest skill you can have at this game is awareness of how enemies move. And that doesn't mean, like, where they position themselves, their walk speed or anything like that. It's how... It's whether their bullets follow or precede you. Because a lot of what you're doing is feinting. F-E-I-N-T-I-N-G. What? What is it, Mant?
Yeah, well, it's cool. It takes into account my credit card debt. And, like, it has, like, all these sections of things that's going on. And,
Do you just fill it in, or does it connect it directly from your account? All those things you spend money on. That's good.
but yeah, it says how much money I have based on still how much I owe on credit card debt tested.
Okay.
So, not that much.
Does it have a big fat negative sign in front of it?
No.
Okay, that's good. No, I think that's great. I mean, I think I would use something like that if I didn't have my own system that seems to be working.
Yeah.
For me, all the, like, day-to-day stuff, I see that as checking my bank account constantly and knowing exactly where my checking is and all that. I don't like it to be too detailed, like on the day-to-day spending stuff, but I do.
It's funny, like, there's some things that are weird on that. Like, it says I spent $88 on alcohol and bars. But I think that's, but it's actually parking at those bars.
Yeah, I know that even on the bank, I know that even on the Bank of America app, it has some confusion as to what category certain things are in. Like, it'll say, like, going to a gas station counts as travel expenses or whatever, even if I'm not getting gas. Like,
well, it says I'm, like, over budget on, like, gas stations and fuel.
yeah, probably from buying cigarettes.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, I need to, like, look at this. Well, no, it is all just
What?
nothing.
Okay.
I'm gonna change.
Yeah, I feel better not wearing my
Feel better?
pants I was wearing before. Why does my camera look like it's small and off center? It's not. I'm just off center. Huh. And small, I don't know about. I love this game. I love this game so much. So much. I might even fucking try it on the thing, man. I mean, I'd really like to get another key so I can open a single chest. But as per always, we're going into this first pilot fight. I actually hate this one the most, I think, with the pilot. I mean, I hate all of these first four fights most with the pilot as my character. But I think this is actually the boss fight I have the most trouble with the pilot, because I can't focus on one. I can't take one out quickly. It has to be at just like a steady-ish pace. It's not even that steady because not only is my gun spending as much time reloading. But as soon as they summon another guy, I'm like behind on pacing it out. And if they ever get in those cycles where they summon and then summon and then summon, spending even less time focusing on that. Maybe the more I talk about it, the more focused I'll be. I don't know. I'm like, the last thing I want to happen is for me to kind of zone out during this fight, which is what happens, which is why I usually get cornered or pinned. As soon as I stop focusing, as soon as I feel my attention swing, so I'm trying to keep reminding myself to just talk about the fight. Just focus on the Trigger Twins fight. Don't get hit by any of them. Even just having just one is not a safe town to be in when you're the pilot with just the rogue special. Try to spend as little time reloading as possible. Oh, yee! Yee! Oh, that's not a good gun. That's not a room clearer. Well, fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck. If this fails, we are kind of shit out of luck. Wow. Alright. Huh. No consideration for current floor. Okay. Whoa, whoa! That was surprising. His axe actually shoved guys away? Oh my god, Huh? Yeah, I'm streaming. I was streaming when you came in before. Oh. It was like... Nice try.
Everything about yourself, huh?
I got hit 3 times in, like, one room. That was really bad. It was a really bad show. Should I sub-element configure him? I don't think I'm going to, because it gives me a little curse, which is actually useful right now. Am I willing to shoot a couple of these shots at the wall? Yeah, it's definitely not there, though. Oh my god, we are going to have a terrible, terrible second floor. It's a very weird way to say it. It's such a good boy. Hey, Bob, what's up?
Of the purple?
Mm-hmm. Jackie says hello from Simstown. Yeah, Jackie's not playing Sim in Psych Gotcha World. Oh my god. I'm having a really rough time of this. We're good. We just finished our Thanksgiving celebration for the year. For the entire calendar year. It was pretty good. It was a really good meal. I had some turkey and I can feel it fucking up my stomach. I haven't had any meat besides seafood and like 2 strips of bacon in the last like in the last like how long? 5-6 months now? I know we started in the summer. Yeah, I think maybe I would say July is the latest I would guess that we started the vegetarianism. This is gonna be a really fucking long second floor. You play a different game. You're right. You're right. Like a ton of stuff. No, I mean we were having a bunch of people over, so we're not gonna subject them to tofurkey. Also, tofu's like not the best apparently. I don't know, soy is problematic now. I thought soy was supposed to be the wonder food, but everyone's saying you don't want to eat too much soy. I don't really know. I don't know what corner was turned on soy, but Apparently it was turned at some point. We've had, I mean, we do like fake meat substitutes from time to time. We don't do them as much as we used to. It used to be like fucking all about, yeah, the Impossible Burger, Beyond Burger, like every chance we can get our hands on them. It's been a little less rampant about it recently. Yeah. But did have turkey today. It was good. Got 1 million pounds of leftovers, which probably won't be having too much of. I hope Jackie likes eating turkey every day for like a calendar month. Highly doubt it. Oh god, I just took damage. That's cool. I just took jam curse damage. That's the fucking worst. See, that's why I don't ever want to use the limit configuring. That like kind of screwed up the already screwed condition of this run. I don't mind the fight, but taking... Well, this was your idea. What? What is?
Is this Steam?
Yeah, Steam looks different. Just go up to library.
It's like not responding.
Yeah, your computer does that when you have it turned off for a little bit. Okay, so we got another weapon, which is kind of good, but no, we're not gun forcing. I mean, it'll make this floor a little easier, but I am probably not going to use limit configure them much anymore, if at all. I just do not like taking direct damage from using an item. It sounds crazy to have a problem with that, but here we are. Bear burger? No, I haven't done a bear burger. You know what I would love to do, and I would be like all on board with, is the synthetic meat, the meat substitute that's like lab grown. Back in the day when Stephen Colbert was doing a report on it, it was called Schmeat. I think they probably moved away from that name because it stood for shit and meat. Yeah, the creator was like, it is like shit and meat. Russian guy.
What is this? The Escapist? So it's exactly like
It's a much worse design than Gungeon. I know that game. It's a I mean, it's a top-down pixel-based game, but that one has a much more bare bones like art style. I think they have some references to the Gungeon in that, but yeah, it's the Telltale. Huh? Batman Enemy Within? What are you talking about? I mean, I thought you played through the Batman Telltale thing. Why don't you just play through some, what's that game about the brothers and the superpowers and stuff? It's like a follow-up to a game about superpowers. You're not feeling that second one? I played, I think, a big chunk of the first episode, and I think I'm done with those, like, choose your own answers to questions is the only mechanic kind of game, you know? Whoa, dude. This is... Is it one that you have, or is it one that it's suggesting? A link for the barbecue? Is that what you called it? Barbecue? Huh, we can get rid of all of our curse here, which would make our, make it a little less frightening to use. A minute. This will be a little frightening. Let's use it. Ooh, boy, that was scary. Man, is it always 5 enemies? And it was always from the same enemy pool? That does all the meats? I'm gonna use all 24 of these shots. That's with 2 extra shots. See how much damage it does to this kind of tanky, but still second floor boss.
I'm excited to play this.
Batman?
Be a Joker having it inside.
Wow, it actually kills him. Okay.
But it's released in 2017, so it's like...
I mean, even if you have played it, you...
I think I played the Batman was down with the
Pretty sure you played one of them here, at least. You played, like, the
old house.
well, you played the first Batman Telltale game here, definitely. I think they might have released a sequel, I don't know. Oh, they do real and fake. Okay, that's what you meant by all the meats. Got it.
Well, I don't know if it always does this, but I was like, buy this for yourself, this game, or you can buy the bundle for somebody else. So maybe it's...
You've already played it? Maybe. Oh, itchy nose. Oh! Not a good room for an itchy nose. 'Cause there's a lot of enemies shooting at me. For me to not die. The room of the game. Ooh boy! So here's a question for you. How likely am I to do this right? There we go. Likely enough that I did it on the first try. I always fuck up with the inputs for the stealing with this thing. Oh god! Ah, fuck! Are you really that full? I didn't eat that much. I ate one plate and I was like, that's all I want to do. I do feel a little sloshy and stuff from the from having eaten meat, but that's it. Oh man, going to the next floor without throttle. Okay, so that'll put us back at 1 curse, which I kind of want to be at 1 curse. It's not a great weapon, but I can always drop it to remove said curse. I should have bought the thing. Wait, shit. Oh, it worked. Okay. I should have bought the lodestone amulet or whatever before I went. Yeah, not for sale. Hey, there's health up there. Okay. Will I put like 5 more into taking away another curse? Yeah, I will. And then we'll get curse from Lament Configurium at some later point. This is turning out all right through my own ingenuity and me and myself in mind. This game can kiss my butt. There's absolutely no way that with these items I'm going to get an Old King Flawless. There's actually a very, very likely chance that I'm going to not even get to turn that thing in, because I've been having a lot of trouble getting to the Abbey recently. How much is plenty? 20? Well, the reason those things go up are twofold. One is sometimes it misguessed, and then the other is like our internet speed is actually crappier than it thought. Oh my god, that was so close. Thanks, Owl. Holy shit. Owl, Powell. That robot is out there farting its brains out. What the hell? That is so loud.
Hello? Yeah, we got a baby. had a baby? You didn't think that. Regis, I texted your mom a picture of you with Naya, and she thinks that we secretly had a baby.
Ah, that's hilarious. Mom, what's wrong with you?
No, our friends had a baby a couple months ago.
Is she all worked up about it now?
Yeah, she's all worked up.
That's hilarious.
She thought we were pranking her.
Yeah, we kept that a secret for an entire year.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
You didn't put anybody else in the picture? Now I'm like, I'm never gonna hear the end of this now. Oh, that's ridiculous. Hey, why does bullets look fast?
Oh my god, that's so funny. She thought maybe I wasn't in the hospital because of intestine.
Yeah.
Because I was giving birth. Did I not say anything? Did I just text it to you? I thought you'd like it because he looks good with the baby. She's so cute too. You cool little girl.
I'm very scared of getting hit. I don't want anybody to hit
No,
me.
we just had our Thanksgiving. And our friends came over. We just had our Thanksgiving today. Because we just have to work.
She's good. She's fully back, and the only thing that sucks is the new insane medical bills that we have for her spending 4 days where she was not allowed to leave in the hospital. So the way her insurance works was if she left before the doctors gave her the all clear to go home, insurance would have covered none of it. But each additional day that she was there, and they made her stay there 3 days after she was feeling like she was good to go, each additional day added another $2,000 onto our bill. So, and that's after insurance. So, yeah, we got about 10 grand in debt for her having an issue where they basically just sat her down and told her that she couldn't eat and had an IV for 4 days. So we're suffering because of this horrible, god-awful medical insurance system that's going on in our country right now. But other than that, she's feeling great. Just, you know, that'll be hanging over our heads for the next calendar year or so. Yeah, it's a fucking scam. I mean, it's the most obvious and open and spoken about and clearly described and well understood scam in the country. Or in the world, I think, at this point. No one feels that it's a genuine practice besides people who profit off of it. But I'm gonna be able to keep my bills up. We're just adding another bill into the pile, and the main problem is that the minimum payment is going to essentially not even pay off the interest, so don't worry about that. Yeah, it is kind of a bummer that something that essentially has, you know, that was in no way helped by her time in the hospital besides her not eating. Like even the IV, they said the IV was just to keep fluids in her body, you know, so she didn't dehydrate. But the doctor said that the only thing that really helped her was not putting food in her guts. No illness, nothing in her CAT scan. Yeah, and those people are holding the rest of the country hostage, essentially. I mean, like, I got health insurance for the first time, and after what I pay per month, I can then only go to certain healthcare providers. If I get in an accident and an ambulance takes me to the wrong hospital, then I essentially am screwed. My insurance won't cover it over a certain amount. I have to pay like 40% of the cost of everything and my full deductible. So basically, one, if I change jobs or if I don't hold over 35 hours a week, I will have my medical care stripped from me within 6 months. If I get hurt at the wrong place or it's not one of the preferred physicians, insurance does me no good. Yeah, it's a pretty fucked up situation, and I fucking hate it, and it makes me like disgusted to be a part of this god awful country sometimes. Like, I'm not having fun with the thought of healthcare and its constraints, its restrictions, its specifics. It's like it's bullshit rules. Like, when they offered me, when they told me I you know, my company does a pretty good job of keeping you under the number of hours so that they don't have to offer you healthcare, because they're incentivized to do that because they have to pay part of the healthcare cost. Like most companies, they're very, very heavily incentivized to not give employees enough hours to get healthcare, because if everybody that was working for them was getting healthcare, it would cost them an arm and a leg. So now that I have enough, they just can't wait until I don't, basically, is the way I think. They recheck my my average hours over a 6-month period. And the first time, like this happened to a coworker. So I have a coworker who works a good deal, but he also goes abroad a lot. So what happened is, for 6 months, he was working to save up for his trip to go abroad. And then he went abroad, and, you know, he was gone for 3 weeks. He then worked 39 hours every day, or every week, for the remainder of the time that he was gone, or the remainder of the time until the 6-month period ended, but it wasn't quite enough to have him over 35 hours per month. So they stripped him of it, because they're not required, you know, to give healthcare to everyone that doesn't have over that many hours. And it would just cost them too much. It's like, that's the biggest thing I don't understand about it, is why don't companies just go all in this, like, this healthcare thing, so they don't have to worry about giving their employees healthcare, and then people are still covered. I just hate being afraid of getting sick. We've seen it happen twice now with Jackie, where she got sick, spent a couple days in the hospital, and we're just like, we're set back, even though she's paying $200 a month for insurance. You know? It's just it's a horseshit scam. And I despise it. But it's not going to change because I despise it. It's going to change because enough people get fucking fed up with it. And I hope that everybody does, because... Let me know when you're back, Bob. I know you can't hear this, but because you're not currently back, Bob. Ooh, you just got killed to death. You just got your ass killed to death. So I love the synergy I got with the AK and the regular shotgun. But it does, temporarily at least, decrease the value of the AK. What? Oh, it never went off. Huh. Well, no FOK. My blank didn't go off for some reason. But that's FOK with me. This is a little strange. Boom, boom, boom. Dang. Not bad. This chair's like all up in the way. I did not flawless. That's what you missed. Dungeon Eagle, what's this synergy do? Hey, it dropped something. Like, what's this weird pellet that it's shooting out? Huh. Didn't flawless, but it was still a good fight. I don't feel too bad about it. Let me see what the Dungeon Eagle synergy is that I have. Halves time required to charge a shot. Okay. So no damage increase, it's just a little faster, so charging it doesn't feel as punishing. That's not a bad synergy, honestly. Man, Jack and my mom are having a conversation about babies. My friends, Moses and Aaron, how would you fix healthcare? I would nationalize it and tax people for it. I would follow exactly Bernie Sanders' plan. I would stop making it a for-profit thing. I think the profiteering off healthcare is fucking disgusting. It encourages misery. It's like, it's so obvious that a business's main object is to make money for its shareholders. Its main object is not to provide the best service. It's to trap people in a situation where they are dependent on the service and then cut down costs to the greatest degree to increase profit. Capitalism really, really fixates on, like, what's the term called? Like a minimal cost, maximum profit. There's a term for it and I can't remember it, but any situation that we're in where we encourage people to just make as much money off of their product as possible. Yeah, the optimization. Like, it's not a business that, like, the idea of capitalism is that competition, other people offering better products or services will weed out the bad actors. But once everybody got together and realized that if they're all bad actors and they just have either regional monopolies or they have a situation where people have no other option, then they don't need to behave better. Like, capitalism has some great and lofty goals, but it's like, it's pretty full of holes once you break it down. It's just not a people-focused endeavor. Unless those people are the already wealthy, the stockholders. Like, yeah, Sinclair News is a fucking... That's the Fox-owned, like, conglomerates that all spout the exact same thing. The whole thing is just... I don't know. They scare you into needing their product, or they force you into it through a regional monopoly. It's like... So I despise Comcast. I despise Comcast as a company. They're a company that... I mean, they're not the only telecommunications company that's guilty of this, but they are one of them, and therefore are as guilty as every one of them. They have abused grants to increase the network. They have squashed competition through trickery, loophole finding, and what's the other word? And basically, like, lying to customers. They have taken like aid packages from the government to improve on their fiber optics line, and then just loopholed it into the pockets of their stockholders. And I still have to pay Comcast for internet if I want a working internet, because they make it impossible for competition to get a foothold. Because of course they do. That's exactly what they want. That thing's gonna destroy it, isn't it? Ooh, it missed it. Neat. They don't want competition to exist. Competition is less profit for them. So they do everything in their power. Everybody wants to be Rockefeller. Everybody wants to be, you know, a union-busting trust. But if I'm going to function in the world, I need internet of a certain speed if I want to do any of the stuff that I've been a part of. So I have to go with Comcast. There's one local company that offers a competitive internet, and that's CenturyLink. And I was really excited about it because they actually have a fiber optic internet, 1 gigabit internet, and I've looked into them so many times. Every time we've moved, I've looked into seeing about getting fiber through them, but they don't cover where we currently live. They didn't cover the last place where we lived because I didn't know I was fucking up his bullets too. And you know, Comcast Verizon has made it impossible for them to build their fiber optic lines in more places. Because they don't want to lose potential business to competitors. And they definitely don't want to build better fiber optics. That's less profit for them. So, yeah, I don't know. It sucks. Capitalism is a pox on this world. And I know that's not very, I don't know, American of me to say or whatever. But man, fuck it. Like, being so profit focused at the expense of everyone else is horrendous. I don't blame anyone for being profit focused. I blame everyone who is profit focused at the expense of others. Well, what's the end goal of capitalism? Of the idea? It's a situation that like leads towards that. Late stage capitalism is what capitalism will always end up being. So just capitalism as a whole. I think the good that comes with capitalism, with the competitiveness, is pretty short-lived. Oh fuck, that was very close. And we're seeing that. We're seeing that on a global scale. Capitalism doesn't stop. It's always going to be profit maximized. point of it? Oh, man. And it's weird, because I was thinking about it. There was a period, the post-war period, if you ignore the, like, social inequities that were in existence, where capitalism was for the benefit of the individual. Yeah, but, like, that's the goal. I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. But, like, in capitalism, if there's a company that isn't making the highest profits, they're going to drown out all the companies, or that is making the highest profit, they're going to drown out all the competition. People aren't going to just compete with a better product, they're going to compete with a better profit. I mean, it kind of was in the post-war period, but people were still a bit more fundamentally, what's the word? Not altruistic, but fundamentally, like, I guess nationalistic is the word, but in a purely positive way. Oh, fuck, that was close. There was the idea that all of what people were doing in the post-war period was beneficial to the world, that they were stomping out the evils that the Germans and the Axis powers represented. After that ended, it became an ideological argument. It became communism versus capitalism. It became the Red Scare. But now that, you know, now that things have changed a bit, and I think since the 80s probably, Reaganomics and all of that, now the focus is a lot more on, ooh, baby, I'm glad that didn't get destroyed.
It's a good way to kill 20 minutes. Your mom. Show me what it was.
Huh?
Show me what it was.
And what? The stuff they're going through?
I also told you about the hospital experience and how IED is like kind of safe botched. So I hope you're not sterile. I don't know about that.
Oh, wait a second. So it would be 5 total, 1 from the curse, and then 1. I'd be at 7. What was the thing that I could drop that had curse on it? This? Yeah. Okay. So this will put us at 6. Don't call her my mom, baby. She's my mom, adult mother.
Older than you even.
At least slightly. She just got off the phone with Jackie. They were talking for a long time. So Jackie took a picture of me holding Moses and Aaron's kid. No, I'm talking to Bob about you. About you holding taking the picture of me, and then my mom thinking that we had a kid that we were being sneaky. Yeah. That we were being, well, I mean, it's probably about a year since we told her that we were thinking of maybe, you know, waiting and reconsidering our plans and stuff. So she probably thought that's when we started the whole prank.
I was like, why didn't I just like approve it and like move for you guys? You could get like a big house, and I was like, oh.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think she should move out here. I don't think.
You should too, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. And I want her to know that.
Crazy.
Yeah, we're like, we're
Oh, I really like where we are.
we're very very independent and want to have our own space. She would have to know.
That would be too much.
Visiting would be on our terms, not on her terms, when she wanted to come over and stuff like that. But no, I love my mom.
It'd be nice to see her.
Yeah, I love my mom. I would love to have her live out here, but again, We need our space, etc.
It's funny, I was like, I think I said something like, as long as you don't leave here or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, I just joking.
I mean, I've told her that too.
As long as we don't have to move in together.
I've told her that too.
She's like, yeah, well, we could get just like a really big house, like a big, nice house.
No,
All three of us.
it's not happening. She knows that's not happening. I mean, she can move out here and she can buy a big house, but that would be not at all where we would live.
No. Not a good, like, 7-minute drive.
I'd put a
Minimum.
a few extra numbers on that one.
17?
70.
Look at Portland.
I guess I'll use this though. I don't know. I also feel like Bob, I agree with what you're saying about things having changed temporarily, but I think that same cycle would have happened in any instance of capitalism. That greed would eventually win out. Damn it. Because that's basically the point. It's a greed-based economy. It's not an economy of solving problems. It's an economy of maximizing profit. That's all of the classical books. Who was it who wrote the book about, like, oh my god, Mathematics of a Kingdom or Economics of a Kingdom or something? It's the one where they talk about, like, exporting versus importing, and how that led basically to colonization, Britain's colonization of the world. The importance of, like, an inflow of bullion or something.
Bullion? What is that?
Bullion, yes, I was talking about gold bullion.
Is this more of a headphone game?
Maybe while I'm streaming, but after. Yeah, and the market crashes and it doesn't recover by fixing itself. It recovers by plugging the singular problem. The market has crashed a number of times, and every time the solution was a bit more socialism. Like, every time the solution has been the government stepping in and spreading people's wealth to fix the problem. It seems like that's saying something. Like, it seems like it's saying if you just embrace those things before the crash, you can kind of escape the crash. You don't need to go full communist. You just need to have a people-focused approach to government and finances. I think a lot of the people realize how beneficial the war was economically, and that's why there are so many war profiteers still functioning today. I don't know if I want that gun. I definitely don't want the 7th curse for it. Why am I still using that item then? The AWP is really good, but we don't need it. Let's just fight the boss then. What do we do here? Where is it?
Is it coming out of this
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, just plugging the speakers in isn't going to change it. You have to change.
I changed the setting. But people
Oh,
aren't plugged in.
no, I think it's because some games you have to exit out of the game before it changes which audio output it takes. No, I'm arguing for pure socialism. That's honestly where I stand. Like, I know that it's not something a lot of people agree with, but I think pure socialism where there is a free market for certain products, but things that are considered fundamentals of existence are taxed. I would be very, very happy to pay an extreme amount of tax to have certain things guaranteed, such as education and healthcare. Like, I don't mind. I think closer to Sweden is more of what I'm thinking of. It seems to be the best fit for my understanding of modern day socialist practices. Like, ooh, that's a big one. That's a good item. We got a lot of extra damage on this run. I'm just gonna buy a key and go, I think. Yeah, I mean, and the biggest problem, the biggest affront to, or the biggest, the threat to their healthcare system is people's greed. So I've been, and I don't just mean like, you know, people in the healthcare industry. I mean people thinking that there needs to be a perfect situation. So I've been playing Final Fantasy in a like a static group that does, you know, twice a week or 3 times a week. We do the in-game content together because you need a group for that. And 3 of the members of the group are Canadian, and there's one guy who continually complains about healthcare. He said one time he went there with his sick child and had to wait 9 hours before they were seen, and that was like an extreme complaint of his, and how ridiculous that was. And I agree, that'd be pretty frustrating. 9 hours is not a short amount of time. But if I were to get injured, I would be done. My healthcare doesn't kick in until the 1st of January. And if I get injured in the next month, I'm financially ruined. Like, for good. So, yeah, I'll wait 9 hours. I'll wait 9 hours with a fucking broken leg, because in the current situation, I'll either wait the rest of my life with a broken leg, or I'll be bankrupt forever. Like, once people have something good, they want something better, and that's, you know, that's the human condition, to always want more than you have, and I understand that, but it's like, fucking tax the shit out of me and give me healthcare, please. Now, this kid had a cold, and the kid was like crying and stuff. Yeah, and that sucks, but like, people, my point is that people think that whatever situation they're in is the worst possible situation. That something better would be 100% better. And they're unwilling to look at the shortcomings of the other system when they remember the most recent. What's the? I think the phrase is the most recent pain is the strongest, or something like that, where people have a tendency to equate whatever they're currently or most recently have gone through as the worst experience of it in their entire lives, even if it's very obviously not. I haven't been to the doctor for anything in 8 years. I've been to like an urgent care clinic kind of place, but I haven't been to an actual doctor. I haven't had a physical since I worked at a chemical plant in South Carolina that forced you to have insurance. Oh, Ninja completely agrees with me about the healthcare, but he doesn't come to this channel anymore because we fundamentally disagree about gun ownership, and I don't think he wants to He wants to be around. He hasn't been back since the last time I talked about how I don't think anyone should have the right to own guns. I don't know, it was right after a shooting. I still feel the way. I haven't changed my opinion on it. I just haven't talked about it in a while. I don't know. Number of people that have died to having guns in their home is pretty intense. It's a big number in the United States, but people like their guns. Yeah, he still follows Squatchless channel pretty closely. And he's still a very good guy. I just fundamentally disagree with him about guns, and I enjoyed having the conversation with him about it. It was actually a really good talk, hearing his side about how, you know, there were gunshots in his neighborhood, and the police took, you know, so long to respond that the assailants or the people firing the guns were gone by the time they got there. And he thinks that, you know, if he's cautious, there's no way he would ever make a mistake as a gun owner. And I just don't agree with that. So, I mean, most victims of gun violence, not most, but a great enough number of victims of gun violence are not either the owners or their accidents caused by the owners or the owner's family. And it just seems like a big fucking stupid risk. But, you know, that's asking too much, I think, especially in the United States. Who's Jack O'Neill? I don't remember him nor his kid. I just know there are tons of stories of people's kids getting into the gun safe that they're sure is the most fundamentally secure thing that's ever been built. And that kid blowing their own brains out or killing somebody else by accident. And all the arguments in favor of gun ownership just fall so flat to me. Like the only outlaws will have guns things. It's like, well, I mean, people that are trained to use it will have guns. I know that there are problems with the police, but I would much rather have just some corrupt and some good police with guns than them and all of the other mentally unstable people that are very, very capable at getting firearms. Like, I think more thorough checks is a good start, but it's not enough. We talked about moving to Canada a while back. You know, it was the Trump election time, but we had just moved to Seattle, and I think we would consider moving to Canada after the next election cycle if things stayed similar. I love Seattle. I love this area. I love my job. I don't think I would find a job as close to as perfect of a fit for my skill set, my expectations, and you know, the concern of the company for the individual. But depending on how things go here, yeah, Canada is always on our minds. Italy? The fuck is Italy? Like an Italian food place with the worst name imaginable? No. That sounds like a name that an 8-year-old came up with for an Italian place. Welcome to Italy. No, I've never heard of that. It's funny though. If the company I currently work for opened a place in Vancouver, I could see Us maybe one day moving out there. If I could work for this same company. Vancouver is near enough that we'd be 3 hour ways from a lot of our close friends, and I want to stay with my current company. Like, I love the shit out of the company I work for. That's not something I've ever said before, you know? Would I move to start up a place? I mean, if it was like a new location for the company I currently work for, yeah. They opened up a place in Portland, and we had some people move out there. I don't really feel like the move to Portland would make much sense for us, but I do love the city, but it's just like kind of a smaller Seattle, so I don't really know why we would do that necessarily. Little Italy. That's hilarious. That's a hilariously named place. Yeah, if we could still be close to the few really good friends that we have out here. Oh man, and if I could stick with the company that I'm currently all about, then I would consider it. But right now, I'd also have to, you know, weigh it with my wife and her current job. We work in the food industry, like we work in the service industry, and it's hard to get something guaranteed to bring in the kind of money that you have. It's very easy to get a job. It's also very easy to get a dog shit job. It's much more likely. When we moved out here, we had Jackie initially didn't work in the industry. And we found out that it's much harder to make a similar amount of money with her nannying, being an au pair. But it's definitely, like, the first couple places I worked at did not make close to the kind of money that I made. What? Is the window still open? It crashed? Does it autosave? Yeah, I mean, I have some savings going. Also, it would not instantly remove the loans, or not the loans, but the medical bills that we have to deal with. My car loan is not a problem. That's something that I have weighed out with my current earning rate that I should be able to pay forever. I could work 3 shifts less a week and still cover my bills in the car. I don't know if I could and still put away into savings that I'm putting in, but it's these other, like, spontaneous out of nowhere style bills that we're getting from medical and stuff like that that are our biggest concern. What's the matter, baby? Did not save anything?
No, it didn't.
Okay.
Second, I thought it was
Little Italy. I think I'm gonna drop the remote bullets when I get to the lich. Which may be in either 1 room or 5 rooms. Oh no, we went the right way. Nice.
It's easier to do this with handball thing, right?
With a controller?
Yeah.
I mean, it's preference, but I think it's easier for you to do it with a controller, so just pick up your controller and it should just change the buttons. I think you already played this. Ooh, Jesus Christ. That's not how you Batman.
What? That's how I Batman.
Jackie Batman's by getting shot in the chest by a villain. Anything else happening exciting in my life? I mean, I saw that you commented on the Cybertruck thing. That's something that's exciting. It's not necessarily in my life, but I'm like stoked. We're probably gonna pay off enough of Jackie's Nissan Leaf to at least maybe not get any money from a trade-in, but at least not have... Are you kidding me? That was such a bad roll. Enough to not have a loan over our heads afterwards still. But after that, we're thinking of getting her either the Model Y or, depending on how much space we have, maybe the Cybertruck. I think the Cybertruck would be cool, but the Model Y actually makes more sense. The Cybertruck is just so fucking big. It's just so fucking big. Oh, right. I think it's the most ridiculous car that's ever been released. Aw, man. One of the forward ones still. The Model Y, though, with them putting something so different on the market, the Model Y just feels like almost too similar to the Model 3, which I love my Model 3, but I really think I'm like impressed with Tesla to do something so outside of their own like visual language. Like, they've created such a brand identity, and then they said, how about we just like completely change that image? I can't stream from the Model 3, no. All I can play is Cuphead in it. I could stream probably on my phone of me playing Cuphead. Oh, I didn't put the LED God thing. Did I get a LED God? We'll see. Can you stream to Twitch from your phone? I don't know. You've got to be able to. They're like IRL streamers. I definitely should make a video of me driving it. The autopilot and stuff like that. Cuphead and Buggy Blast 2 or whatever. Buggy, Dougie, Deluxe. Yeah, we did get a leg guide, okay. Totally fucked that Lich Flawless. Should have used my blanks. That's always the case, but...
Oh,